Hey, what is going on, everybody? Howi Spangler here. This is Tales from the Green Room, episode number 141. How are you? How's it going? Thanks for tuning in. I've got my Ninja Turtles mug, per usual, filled with lukewarm coffee. Now, I want to get one of those mugs that keeps it hot for hours. I think that'd be the move. What is up, man? I'm good. I am getting back to work. Things are opening. What a wild time this has been, man. But I'm putting all that behind me, you know? It is behind us, right? So I wanted to talk about, I haven't done anything. I haven't talked about Red Rocks. I haven't talked about the tour that I just did with Brandon Hardesty and my brother, Donald Spangler. You know, we got shows coming up. I sold some merch. Like, just so much has been happening. You know, this has been like the busiest year of my life, I'd say. I don't know, I don't know what I'm gonna do, like, when touring does start up again, like, for real, and we're at it. Like, there's a lot of boring days on the road. As much as I want to get back to it, there's a lot of, like, boring, you know? Like, I'm not looking forward to that. There's certain things about touring that I do not miss at all. And, I'd like to think that I'm going to try to be better about keeping myself occupied, you know, like hitting the gym and just being, you know, not so lazy on the road. Maybe finding things to do, finding a cool coffee shop, something, you know. It's tough because it's sometimes you play venues that there's nothing around, you know, or like we played like downtown areas where like the whole downtown dies at like 5 o'clock, and there's just nothing to do. Then you're like, DoorDash, you know. I don't know. I'm just rambling. Okay, so yeah, man, I wanted to talk about Red Rocks and that tour. What a crazy, like, rad time that was. Like, I felt like the day that we played Red Rocks, which was Friday, May 14th. I swear it was the day that live music returned. And I might be saying that or feeling that way because, like, I was there, I was part of it. I was part of, you know, they only put, I think, 2,500 people in Red Rocks. So it was about a quarter of the capacity there. But it looked great. And man, I can't imagine it was like, you know, 9,000 or 10, whatever it is normally, because it looked great. But I feel like we were definitely like a part of music returning. And for those that don't know, like, Red Rocks is like the holy grail for a lot of artists, and certainly been on our radar for years. And I remember I made a post about this, but, like, you know, my brother and I used to watch 311 home videos and Large Show Detail back in the late 90s. And there's a clip of them. There's some live stuff from them of them playing at Red Rocks. And I didn't know what it was at the time. I was only like 15 or 16. And just looked, you know, to me, it looked like kind of like a normal show. And you could just kind of see people stacked up in rows. And I didn't know anything about it. And then they said, I think Nick Hexum was on there saying, you know, we came here just to check it out one time on the way to LA when they were trying to get their record deal. And they said, he just looked around. He's like, one day we're gonna fucking rock this place, and that always stuck with me. And then I saw like Incubus played there. They did their Alive at Red Rocks DVD, which was rad. And I just started seeing like a ton of bands would go through there, and it was such a cool experience. And then over the years, especially like the last 10 years or so, all the big bands in our genre, the American reggae rock scene, so many bands play there, and it's they get this, if you sell it out, you get this award. It's pretty cool. So and the place is beautiful, man. It's gorgeous. It's wild. You can see like Denver in the background when you go to the very top, and like if you're looking down on the stage, it's really neat. So it was pretty wild. It's like we get there, and you have to go to the trading post and meet up with one of the security guards, and we gave our merch to the merch guy. Just happened to catch him. He was loading the truck with merch, and he was about to leave, and I just happened to catch up with him. Say, hey man, what's up? He's introduced himself as Kenny, and he's very nice and helpful. And so I gave him our merch, and he took it up the hill there, and up the mountain, I should say. So that took care of that. And then we had to get a shuttle and get our gear and throw it in the shuttle, and then cruise up the mountain to the backstage like loading area. And it was really cool. They have like there's like, when you get in there, there's like posters and big prints, large prints of artists that have played there over the decades. And I mean, everyone's played there. It was like Willie Nelson and to Slightly Stupid, and it was really cool to see that. And they've got it. They just have a lot of cool decor, and like the green room area, the whole backstage area is like built into the mountain. So like the walls, the walls are the rock. That was really neat. And we were able to get lunch when we got there, which is cool. They had some catering set up, so we got to chill out. And then we run into the Expendables and the Movement guys, and I got to meet Denim again. I met him last year at One Love, right before everything went to shit. Met him for like 10 seconds when he was walking by, but I got to chill with him a lot that day, which was cool. Got to catch up with Christian and his manager, and just old friends, so it's always cool like playing events like that we always get to catch up and hang with friends. So then we I guess some rain came, or some lightning or something, and they had a whole production, so like sound checks and stuff. So, and I knew this was gonna happen too. Like I had a feeling that we would, it was me and Donald and Brandon, and we were the opening act. And the opening act always gets shafted on time, and I knew that day would be no different. It was Red Rocks. It's a very special event. I knew that the two co-headliners, the Movement, Expendables, were going to take a little extra time to make sure that things were good. I totally got that. It was not my first rodeo, and so sure enough, some lightning or thunder was happening in the distance, and if I heard something like, if there's like thunder or lightning within like a 2-mile radius, they just shut everything down. Understandable. So what ended up happening was Denim got the super fast check. They like ran through half a song after they got their ears and stuff checked, and then we just had to stand there at the ready with our guitars and drumsticks, and As soon as they're done, like we're up there when they're pulling their stuff off stage. And at this point, doors are supposed to be at 6 o'clock, and it was like 6:15. And so they halted doors. And I had looked out, and there was a line of people down the stairs there coming up, and everybody just kind of standing there waiting. But we were thankful to get some sort of, line check. I'm glad that they pushed the doors a little bit. But the thing was that they were going to move doors, but they didn't move our start time. So by the time we got everything dialed, and it still wasn't fully correct, I played the whole set kind of like it was just a mess in my head. I couldn't hear everything, and just trying to, just had to make it through it. By the time we got done the sound check, it was 6:24, and our set was at 6:30. So we had 6 minutes for as many people to get inside and down to the stage as possible. And then also 6 minutes to, take a breather, run upstairs, go pee, grab another beer, get psyched up, whatever it is. 6 minutes. And again, if this was like our first time, this would have been, super anxiety ridden. Not to say that there wasn't a little bit of anxiety there. We were just like, because it was our first time at Red Rocks. So we wanted to make sure that we came correct, and it wasn't going to be just a total shit show for the first time ever. And so, we ended up, Donald and I ran upstairs, got beers, came back down, threw the guitars on. And we just walked out there at 6:30, 6:29 probably. And to get get plugged in and all that. And, it was awesome. There weren't a whole lot of people there yet. There were still people, filing in. It takes a while to get. I mean, it's a big place, But the Ballyhooligans, the Uglies Nation, all came through. They came running down. The support was there. I'm looking out. I'm seeing Ballyhoo shirts, Ugly shirts. I heard there were like flags in the parking lot. It was just rad to see all the support and the love, because everybody knew it was our first time, and we were all looking very forward to it, very much. So we had, originally they were going to give us, so what happened was Brandon and I, we were booking this tour, and the whole thing that started it was we got invited to play this private party in the Denver area on that Saturday, the 15th. And I asked my management and an agent to work a little run around that. And then Brandon came to me, he was like, yo, why don't we go to Texas before that? And we'll just make a whole 2-week thing. I was like, all right, cool. And I'd planned to bring Donald out for the Colorado run. And we just worked out this thing where I created bass tracks here in the Stooge. And basically, because me and Donald played before, and he plays with a kit. He doesn't like playing on the cajon. He likes playing on a full kit, and I totally get that. So in order to sort of make that feel better at in a show setting, because what happens is you got acoustic guitar and you got a drum kit, and to me you need to fill out the middle. If it's acoustic guitar and like a djembe or a cajon or something, that makes more sense. But if you're gonna have a drum kit, I think you need to have bass. I think it just feels better. So I busted my ass and I made 40 bass tracks of all these different songs of ours. And that's what we were gonna do our tour on. And it's cool too, because now we can do more shows together. When we play locally, Sunday, we're gonna be here at Coakley's in Havre de Grace and just play for a couple hours. So that's gonna be fun, with the family and everything. So anyway, got that all worked out. And so what happened was we were gonna play a spot in Denver that Friday. And then suddenly this show, the Red Rock show, started coming together really quickly. And it was the same promoter. So it was kind of a serendipitous thing where we were in the right place at the right time. And that's another thing where this can be a whole different podcast, but I believe that, like, it's, it really is all who you know, man. It really is. Like, I hate to say that, but like, yeah, the music's got to be good and all that, and you got to be tight, and you got to learn things and get some experience. But like, part of that process is creating your own luck. Not so much just being lucky, but like creating luck. So like, and what I mean by that is like, having years on the road, years of experience of releasing music and touring, but then networking and meeting people, and aligning yourself with the right personnel, getting the right team behind you with relationships. Relationships are everything, especially in the music industry. And I imagine in just about any industry, relationships are super important. And so this time around, we just happened to have those relationships that we needed. And that was the result of years of trial and error and making mistakes and learning who's who and and sort of becoming friends with people, and that alongside putting out songs consistently and good songs consistently that stream well, and doing the things that we've done over the years. So yes, you still need to put in the work, but part of that work is the networking process and aligning yourself and putting yourself in the right place. So we're at the right place at the right time. And the promoter was like, well, I don't want to cannibalize my own show. I knew that our show was going to get destroyed by a Red Rocks play, especially because it's with all, the bands in our genre. Like, it was easily going to get eaten up. So luckily, I'm grateful that the promoter thought to combine the shows. That's how we got on Red Rocks. And I'll admit that it wasn't the way that I would have liked to get into Red Rocks. I wanted to do it with the full band, That's what we've been working for this whole time, to do shows like that. But I was very happy to take it, take the offer, do the show. That said, we used it as fuel and, to make it happen like as soon as possible to get the band in there. So I think 2022 is looking really good for Ballyhoo at Red Rocks, full band rock show. More as that develops. So yeah, that's how we got on Red Rocks, and it turned out great. We were supposed to play. They told us in order for us to do the show that Brandon and I were going to have to combine our sets. Basically, we get a 20-minute set, and we'd be sharing the set. And that was strange. We've never had to do that before. So, when you think about it, first you're going to go, okay, you play a song, and then we'll play a song, and then you play a song. And to me, that sounded ridiculous. It seemed really silly. So I thought, okay, what if we learn each other's songs and we just play together, and we'll do 2 of yours, 2 of ours, right? That suddenly my mind was like, boom, yes, that's it right there. I'll make bass tracks for these Bumpin' Ugly songs. I've already got bass tracks for the Ballyhoo songs. We'll just learn your shit. You learn ours. And then we'll put it together. So what was great was that I think Brandon was a little hesitant at first. He was a little weirded out by it because he doesn't play to tracks. They don't play to a click or anything. And we've been playing to a click for years. I totally respect it. But I was like, bro, I think we'd be missing out on a really cool opportunity here to do something different, because all the other bands on the bill are going to be full band ripping, right? And while we're acoustic, like we can still put on like a full band show. And there was no budget to bring a bass player out. So next best thing, let's use these bass tracks. No one's gonna know, no one's gonna care. I definitely feel like we're at a point where, people don't really care too much about tracks so much as long as they're not like overbearing in the mix and, they're there for more supplemental stuff. And people didn't even notice. And I even like to make light of, the bass player, which is just this Roland SPD SX that Donald hits. He'll just trigger for each song with his drumstick. They're just wave files, with a click track on the right. The crowd can't hear the click track, but the bass track is like panned to the left a little bit, and that comes out front, and that's what they hear. So it sounds like there's a bass player on stage, and I like to make light of it and just say, "Oh yeah, the bass player's killing it tonight. Never missed a note." Side note, I told Nick that yesterday. We had band practice, and Donald queued up one of the tracks, and it came up. He was like, "What's that?" It was like Renegade or something. Donald's like, "Oh, that's your bass line, motherfucker." Nick's like, "Yo, you need to pay me for that shit, bro. This is for your shows." So I thought that was great. Yeah, so I used a lot of Nick's bass lines. I used some of JR's bass lines on from the old shit, because I have all that stuff. I have all the stems, so yeah, did that, and that was fun. So yeah, it was great. We came out, and we had 2 days. We had 2 days to work this out. And Donald and I have been playing Eclipse for years, like I said, but Brandon didn't, and Brandon didn't have his molds with him for his in-ears, right? So he's just playing to a wedge. So that means he's not hearing the click. Only Donald and I are hearing the click, right? So the first like sound check from we played Red Rocks Friday. That Wednesday we did it the first time with Brandon, and we're doing the sound check, and Brandon is depending on us to cue him in, because some of the songs start right at the top, and he can't hear the click. He doesn't know when it's gonna start, right? Meanwhile, we're just like playing, we're just doing what we do. Here's the click, and we're just start playing. And he's looking at us like, "Bro, fucking say something," And so we had to get used to that. I had to keep telling Don, like, make sure you're like hitting the hats or something, or I'll fucking mouth it, like count out loud, so he knows when to start, and it also kind of, if I'm on the side going 1, 2, 3, 4, and like, or whatever, it's fine. Bands do that all the time. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, the fucking Beatles did that shit on Saw Her Standing There, right? But like, so we had to get used to that. But I mean, it was almost instant, man. Once we got into the song, Brandon handled it just fine. He was like, I'm just listening to the drummer at this point, and then me helping him along, like kind of playing the guitar as well, accompanying. That helped as well, I think. But so we did sound check, and I think we did it a few songs that night as well in Greeley. Greeley, Colorado was nuts, by the way. That was a great show. I should talk about those shows after this, but so we got through those 2 shows. We did sound checks. We did nothing but those. We ended up playing 6 songs. They actually gave us a half hour at Red Rock, so we ended up doing 6. Well, I did 7 songs, but there were 6 songs that we did to a track, and 5 songs to a track, and then we played Walk Away, just kind of raw without a bass, because it sounded cool like that. And once we got to Red Rocks, I mean, it just felt like natural, it felt good. And yeah, so we did that. I'm really glad that worked out. I'm really glad Brandon was down to jump on that with us, because I feel like it just would have been weird, like, just, okay, you play a song, now I'll play a song. It just was silly. Let's make something cool. Let's make a different experience that, people may not ever see again. We may not ever do that again. And we did it that week in Colorado and at Red Rocks. So it was very cool. Yeah, it was amazing. We were able to bring the ladies out and just, made a weekend out of it. The next night we played this party, that private party, and it was the most well-produced backyard party I've ever been to. Full stage, PA, lights in this couple's backyard, and it was I mean, there was merch set up, like all the bands had merch tents. There was food. I think Chiba Hut put down the food. Chiba Hut's amazing. B2W. Get Chiba Hut when you're out in Colorado. I mean, the backyard was packed. I mean, it was great. It was endless booze. I took advantage of that. That was just fun, man. It was just a great weekend. It was nice to be back out. Like Brandon and I went, started in Texas. Austin was the only weird one. Austin was very tight about the guidelines, the COVID stuff. They didn't want you to get up and form a line. We couldn't really have a proper merch set up. They were the most kind of uptight about it. And the venue's like a half like outdoor. It's like an indoor outdoor kind of venue. But we respected it, whatever. I'm fine to wear a mask when I need to, things like that. That's not the problem or anything. But they were definitely the toughest on it. The next night in San Antonio was totally different. San Antonio had tables, but they also had an open floor, people just getting up like a dance floor, just in the front there. It's like, all right, whatever. I'm fully vaccinated. I don't give a fuck. I just went out there and I just played the shows, got out there and talked to people, whatever, man. I'm trying to get back to normal. I feel like if you get vaccinated, get out there, take the mask off and get out there, wear the mask when it's required. But other than that, just let's fucking move forward. Let's get this going, man. That is not a political statement. I just fucking, let's stop being held up. Let's get this over with. Let's go. I want to get back to work, So, yeah, so we did that. And then we did, the next night was in Houston, and Houston was fucking crazy. I didn't expect Houston to turn out the way it did. People were just like drunk. It was crazy. People were just drunk, falling over. This lady had to be carried out. I mentioned one thing about shots on stage, and then I had like cups of Jameson just all over the stage. Not a machine, people. Like, what are we doing here? So that was a lot of fun. Oh, and we played a Warehouse Live, and in the big room was Winger and Great White, and I got to catch some of that show, and it was a lot of fun. It was cool, man. They had a good time. I was kind of in and out, seeing how our show was going and stuff, and getting ready for that. But yeah, it was great. It was fun, man. And nobody's wearing masks in there. Just an 80s rock show. And then let's see, that was Friday. And then Saturday, we went to Corpus Christi. That was sold out. Corpus Christi was sold out. I think San Antonio was sold out as well. Corpus Christi was sold out ahead of time. And we love playing at House of Rock. It's a really cool, just really vibey venue. Just crowds are next level there. And let's see. Oh, dude, yeah, they were definitely like, Corpus Christi was probably the loudest out of Texas. They sang every fucking song, dude. Every song, full blast, top of their lungs, bottom of their hearts. You know what I mean? Like, just, it was so much love. I couldn't believe it, man. Sold a ton of merch. it felt great, man. It felt great. And then we got up the next morning and drove to Dallas. Dropped off the rental car at the airport, and then our buddy Corey came and picked us up, and we went straight to the venue, got loaded in there. That was sold out. Dallas Gas Monkey. Thank you guys. Great food there. Staff was awesome. A beautiful Sunday night. I mean, the weather was incredible. So we had a great show. And then the next day we had 2 days off, Monday, Tuesday. And that was so we were hanging out with Corey, and we ended up going to the Winger Great White show again, this time as patrons, drinking in the crowd. And it was an outdoor venue. It was thunderstorming. The weather was shitty. I'm so glad we had the gorgeous weather the day before in Dallas, but the weather was shitty. It was thunderstorming. It was kind of cold. It was like an outdoor venue, and like there was just enough cover to keep most of the crowd, but we would kind of run inside when it got too crazy. And then, yeah, man, Great White's great. Great White was really good. The singer still crushes. His voice still sounds great. The guitar player shreds. Just a good, fun band. And I was like recognizing a lot of songs from when I was a kid. So that was cool. Yeah, Jack Russell's Great White. And then Kip Winger and Winger came out, and they did a great job too. And they did play 17. I thought that would be a cancelable offense these days, but they played it and everybody loved it. Yeah, I met some rock stars. I met some like 80s rock stars. That was kind of cool. They were just in the crowd, like we were in the sort of the VIP area somehow. I met the singer of Jefferson Starship. Is that right? Did I say that right? Different singer from who she was in the 80s, but met her and got a picture with her somehow. Yeah, it was cool. It was a good night. And then the next day, Tuesday, we so Tuesday we get to the airport. We get to the airport, and everything's cool. And then Brandon and I get I just scanned my boarding pass to get to self print my stickers, my labels for my bags, right? Southwest. And I printed out, and Brandon was waiting in line because he didn't have the app yet. And I was like, yo, just get the app. Come on over here. He gets the app, does his thing, comes on over. And then it's we go to scan the boarding pass and print his stuff. And it's oh, your flight's been canceled. I was like, what? So went over to a different kiosk, self kiosk, did it again. Flight's been canceled. What? And then I get an email. It's yeah, your flight's been canceled. You're going to need to rebook. I was like, oh, okay. That's never happened before. There was all this weather. There was a big storm going on between I guess Dallas and Denver, where we were headed. And I guess Denver was getting a lot of snow as well at that point. And so it's it said, what did it say? Yeah, your flight's been, it's I'm glad I didn't put my bags on the thing, because I don't know if I'd have found them, right? Who knows what would have happened. But so I still had my bags with me, and it wouldn't let me do anything else because I'd already checked my bags. It's fuck, man. So I had to find another flight. We got another flight, and then when we get to the gate, it's oh, your flight's been delayed. The new flight has been delayed. Okay. So at this point, I brought out the laptop. I'm working on a mix. I'm sitting here, I'm drinking Coronas at the airport, at the bar, and just working on stuff. And then another email, another notification. Your flight's delayed. It got delayed 3 or 4 times. So 4 hours later, we finally get on the plane. I met Jack Russell, by the way. I look over, and I see Jack Russell from Great White walking over to the bar, and he sits down. I was like, oh, I was like, you know what? I'm going to go introduce myself and say hello and try not to be a creep or anything. And conveniently had just finished one of my beers. Excuse me, I'm burping. And so I needed to get a refill, right? So I walk over there. I was like, hey man, can I get another Corona, please? He's like, yeah, sure. And I just look over, and he's like watching someone on his phone. So I didn't want to be weird, but he looked up at me. I was like, hey man, what's going on? You know, just I was like, he's like, hey, how are you? I was like, good man. I just want to say I caught the show last night and Friday actually. My band's been on tour, and we just happened to play the same room the other night. I checked you guys out. It was great. And then I was hanging with a friend. We ended up going to the show last night, blah, 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 blah. I was like, yo, it was great, man. It was really fun to see you guys out there rocking. And he's like, oh, thanks so much, man. I appreciate it. He was very appreciative, very nice. He shook my hand. He asked my name. He's like, that's what we're trying to do, man. We're just trying to pass this shit down to the next generation. It's good to see you, hear that you're out there doing your thing as well. I was like, yeah, thanks, man. We talked for, I don't know, a couple minutes, and I was like, all right, man, well, dude, take care of yourself. Shook his hand, said, keep rocking, man. Have fun out there. He's like, yeah, you do the same, It was just cool, It was neat. I saw this guy on MTV when I was a kid, once bitten, twice shy. And here I am talking to him at the airport. It was just cool. Finally, we get the notification. Your shit's boarding. Awesome. So we finally get out. On the way out, give Jack a high five. Take it easy. Take care of yourself, man. He's like, hey, you too, Howie. Thanks so much. You remember my name. Thought that was cool. I have a hard time remembering people's names. So I thought that was neat. Get on the flight. We go to Houston for a connection. We get to Houston, and they canceled our flight. They canceled our connection flight to Denver. It's like, son of a bitch. No. Back up. It wasn't canceled. We got there late. We got there 15 minutes after the flight left. That's what happened. Our flight to Denver was already on the way before we got there. So we missed the flight. So they rebooked us. The next flight was in the morning. So it was only like a couple hour flight. So we just left at like 10 a.m. or 10:20 or something. But I found a hotel near the airport, went to the hotel. We had to find our bag. They had to go sifting and find our bags because I wasn't leaving them at the airport. I was like, I want my bags right now. So they got our bags. Went to the hotel, had a cheeseburger, and went to bed. The next morning we get up, at like 7, and was it 6 or 7? Anyway, get to the airport, do it all over again. Finally get to Denver, got to get there. It's just a long day, man. When you gotta travel like that, and you got a show like that night, I try to fly the day before. That's why we did that. And we flew the day before so we could avoid any of those problems, because you never know when your flight's going to get delayed or canceled or whatever. So we got to the airport, did the thing, got to Denver, get the van, and finally make our way to our buddy's house. And this dude Mike took really good care of us that week. His wife was very nice to let us stay there. They have a very nice house. Yeah, and then we started the Colorado run in Greeley, and that was crazy. I guess it's a college town or something, and it smells like chicken shit there. I know that sounds awful to say, but it's fucking true, and I think the whole town knows it. And it was fine when we got there, and I'd heard rumors, and I was like, oh, this is fine. We're loading out that night, and outside immediately just thick, just chicken shit. I guess there's a big farm, or it's off farmland or something, and it was terrible. Luckily, we only smelled that for about 10 minutes. We got out of there. The show went really well. It was sold out. It was awesome. Everybody's singing. The next night, we were in Pueblo. Pueblo sold out as well. Crazy show. Thank you, Pueblo. Brews Ale House. Good beers, good food. Did that. And the next day was Red Rocks, which we already talked about. Amazing. Great time. The next night, Saturday, was the party in Littleton, and just super fun. I was very relaxed, got to do the show, and then got to chill and hang out. Met up with Kyle Smith finally. That dude's been crushing all over the country, so that's been cool it was cool to catch up with him for a little bit. Caught up with the Cashed Out guys. Love Greg and those guys, man. I've known Greg for over 10 years, and it's just a good dude, and I'm so happy to see them just killing it. You know, those guys are going to do some big shit. Trust me. And then, Sunday we got up and drove to Casper, Wyoming. And I got to tell you, man, as soon as we got over the line, because, you know, the announcement had been made by the CDC about if you're vaccinated, you don't have to wear masks anymore. And so we're still, you know, but it's left to the businesses and the states, right? So like, we're still not sure. So I always have my mask in my pocket. And so like we crossed the line into Wyoming, and we had to hit this truck stop, get some gas, whatever. They had an ice cream bar. That was nice. I made my own ice cream. Dude, you walk in, no one's wearing masks. And immediately read the room, took the mask off, and yeah, did what we did. You know, it's just it was like a different world. You know, I imagine they never did wear masks in Wyoming. So yeah, cruised out to the show, and my brother and I got some food at the bar across the street. I did have one of the worst burritos I've ever had at this spot. I can't remember the name of the place, but it was in Casper, Wyoming. Sorry guys, it was really bad. I've had that type of burrito before, where it's like there's just no flavor. It's like the beans and the rice and the chicken and, you know, the cheese and, you know, some sauce. It's just no flavor. It's bland. It was like, okay, well, this is food, you know, sustenance. So yeah, whatever. Anyway, walk across the street, get ready for the show. Brandon goes home first. The crowd's loving it. We get on, and the place is packed. I couldn't believe it, you know. It's just this long hall, and the Hall on Ash is what it was called. And the place was packed out, and everybody's singing and having a great time. I posted a video on my Instagram the next day, but like, yeah, it was awesome. It was a great way to kind of cap off, because we were sort of like over it, because we'd just done Red Rocks, and then we've done this like really killer backyard party. And then it was a Sunday. We didn't feel like driving. Like, it was a 4-hour drive from Denver. And we were like, man, we're going to play this fucking show in Casper. Okay. You know, we're just tired. You know, it was 2 weeks of just driving ourselves and being, you know, doing it, you know. And I'm not conditioned for the road anymore. I'll tell you that, dude. It was a little exhausting. But dude, no, we got there, and it was great. It was a great way to cap off the whole tour, you know. Got up the next morning. We drove like 2 hours that night to Cheyenne, got a hotel, and then I finished the drive the next day. It was like an hour and a half, 2 hours, something like that, to back to Denver, drop off the rental, you know, just, it was you do the thing, drop off the rental, take the shuttle, get back on the airplane. Got home that night, you know, around midnight or so. And that was the run. It was great. It was good to be out. It was awesome. I'm so glad that me and Brandon were able to do that. I was so glad that Donald got to come out and play with us. What a great time. And music, live music is back, man. This is all we've been wanting. We've been asking for this, and now it's back. Which leads me now to this week. This week, baby. We're shooting a video today. We did band rehearsal last night at Donald's house, and we got our new guitar player, Sebastian. And I tell you what, man, he's very well rehearsed. It was very easy. It felt like I felt like I wanted to keep playing last night. And usually band practice kind of gets boring for me sometimes, and I just wanted to keep playing. It just felt great. It just so smooth, and it just felt so easy to play those songs. And I can't wait for this week. We got a video shoot today. We're going to shoot a video for the new song Middle Finger, which you can pre-save and pre-order right now on all the platforms. If you go to the band's Instagram or my Instagram, you'll see the link there. Pre-save Middle Finger right now at Spotify. It helps the band immensely for day one streams and day one looks to get that algorithm working, engage that shit, and hopefully we'll, you guys, hopefully you guys listening and engaging with the song will get us on some playlists or something. But I think the song is a banger. It's going to be great. I think you guys are going to love it. It's fun. It's a song about just like, when you feel like shit's getting crazy, do what you want, do you, like, just turn it up. And whether your version of turning it up is being extra loud, just being extra, and just saying fuck off and just doing your thing and going harder. There's that. Or if your version of turning up is the opposite, just be like, all right, fuck this. I quit for today. I'm done. I don't need to, I'm just going to go watch a movie or, whatever, Netflix, and have a beer. That's cool too, but that's what it's about. And so I think it's gonna be a great summer song, man. The vibe is right on this one. So we're doing the video shoot for that today. We're gonna smash the fuck out of a copier. We found a copier on Craigslist. Big one of those big office like joints, man. And we got that. It's in the back of Nick's car, and we're gonna unload that in a couple hours and beat the shit out of it in a field near my house with baseball bats in slow motion. And then finish the shoot at Hartford Sound. We're gonna run over to their and use their office space. We're doing an office space theme for the video. It's about like just saying fuck work, and I want things to escalate throughout. So we'll see how it goes, but small budget here. And then tomorrow we're going to be at the Crazy Tuna in Essex, Maryland. Never played there before, never been there before, but it's on the water. The weather's going to be gorgeous. And so come out for that. It'll be our first show back. You don't want to miss it. And then Friday night we'll be in Solomon's Island at Tiki Bar. And we're going to play the new song for sure. We got a couple new songs that we're going to play actually, from the last few releases. So look forward to that. The weather's looking kind of weird on Friday. It's an outdoor show and it looks like it might be raining. But we'll keep an eye on that. I hope to still see people out. And then Saturday I got a private party in Manassas, Virginia. It's going to be me, Brandon Hardesty, and Nate from Iatera doing acoustic sets. So I'm not sure if there's tickets still available. It's a not so private event. So like if you know where to go, you can probably get the tickets. And then Sunday, right here in Happy Grace, we'll be at Coakley's in the yard. Me and my brother playing the jams for a couple hours, drinking some beers. It's going to be a family-friendly event. Free, 7 p.m. Come hang. Guys, I'm very excited to be back. I'm so pumped that live music is a thing again. Festivals and tours are being announced. They're seeing it every day. That Riot Fest lineup looks dope. I mean, you got hella mega tours coming. Lollapalooza, like Ballyhoo's got some shows this summer. I mean, it's nuts. We're working on a fall tour right now. There's just so much happening. We're working on music all the time. I got songs for days. We just got to finish them up. And big project coming in the fall that I can't talk about yet. But that's gonna happen. You guys are gonna love that. I don't know, man. I'm just excited for everything. Thank you guys for all the support over the years, and especially this past year, man. Holy shit, what a year it's been. But I'm ready to just put the shit behind us and move forward. Well, you guys take care of yourselves. Please subscribe to the podcast if you haven't already. You can subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. Make sure you hit the YouTube channel if you're not watching on YouTube right now, and hit that subscribe button. Smash the like button on this video. Check out my other videos. I'm doing a bunch of stuff. I got acoustic videos, all kinds of things. And the YouTube memberships is going to happen. I just got to stop being lazy and make this intro video before I can launch it. They won't let me launch it until I do that. But basically it's going to be, you're going to get loyalty badges, and you subscribe every month. You can cancel whenever you want. There's different tiers, and I'm going to do members only live streams and members only listening parties. You can do, there's like custom emojis and things like that. So just a lot of fun. I'm trying to build this community here, and we're on the road to 3K. When I actually get to 3K, I'm going to do a members only live stream. And yeah, I'm just looking forward to doing that. So look for the join button next to the subscribe button on my channel. And I should have that video up soon, and I'll be, turning that on. Yeah, I don't know. It's just a way to support. People have asked in the past, like, what's the best way to support? And obviously it's by going to, easiest thing is, listening to the music on Spotify and Apple Music, and streaming the crap out of the songs, coming to the shows, as they're starting to come back, buying the merch, supporting the merch drops. And now these subscription tiers are another new way for fans to support their favorite creators. And I'll be honest, like, the subscription model definitely scared me for a long time, because I don't like the idea of having to make content on a schedule, like, all the time. Like, it scares me, because I want to make sure that I don't want to make content just to make content, just to suffice the, appease the subscribers or, membership people. But like, I want it to be fun, so I think a lot of it's going to be like live stream stuff and, more interactive type of things. You will get to see my videos before they go live, which is pretty cool, and you'll be able to interact with those comments and such. Super chat is still a thing during the live events. But yeah, I'll be thinking of all kinds of ways. And if you have ideas as well on things that I can do to make this better, to make it more fun, more engaging, I'd love to hear your ideas. Leave them in the comments. Send me a DM on Instagram, anything like that. But yeah, I look forward to turning on YouTube memberships very soon. Anyway, thank you guys very much, and have a wonderful day. I got to get ready for this video shoot, and yeah, man, take care of yourselves. All right, peace. Tales from Green Room, episode number 141. Woo!